1.
There are exactly 379 days until we slip into our blue robes, turn our golden tassels from right to left, and smile for our parents as they capture our very last moments of high school. After that, college. And then we're thrown out into the real world, where there are no more limits or boundaries aside from the ones we set for ourselves. All of us, men and women, are at the precipice of delving into our long sought after interests and finally finding the jobs we want to spend our careers doing. As a student at this periphery, I want to be able to obtain equal opportunities in education, be able to have commensurate chances at top positions, be able to advance at the same pace up the social work ladder. Denise Morrison would not sign on to her current job until she was assured she would soon be in line to head a big division. She is now the President, Chief Executive Officer, and Director of the Campbell Soup Company, a Fortune 500 company worth $14.5 billion. However, her sister Andrea experienced hardship up the ladder, being tasked with jobs that men would not accept themselves, such as being assigned to the worst performing region of a company. Men continue to hold advantages over women, including more than just work-related opportunities, but I think we're lucky. We're lucky because we live in a society on a constant uphill trend, always evolving and revolutionizing our past selves. Today, young women fight and succeed in eradicating the differences in education and opportunities based on gender, as young women start their careers better educated than their male counterparts and are also making more money than their mothers and grandmothers. Compare this to only a few decades ago in the 1980s, when only half of women participated in the workplace. Women are finally being taken out of their traditional roles as homemakers, creating a more dynamic society with diversified ideologies. However, despite this recent monumental growth, it is not enough. We are still at the starting stages. The belief that women are not strong or effective leaders still exists and plays an important role in the success rates across the globe. As of March 2015, only 14.2% of the top 5 leadership positions are held by women. Even worse, women only hold 23 of those top CEO positions. That's only 4.6%. Clearly, we as a society are being held back by our own prejudices. Most Americans find women indistinguishable from men on key leadership traits such as intelligence and capacity for innovation, with many even saying that they're stronger in terms of being compassionate and organized leaders. Academically, socially, personally, there is no difference between men and women, yet women still remain at the bottom as men rise to the top. This evidence then leads to the pivotal question: where are the women and why aren't they in top positions? There are 3 overarching reasons for this occurrence. First, among parents, women are much more likely to experience family-related career interruptions. As the seemingly primary caregivers, once women have a child or a family member to take care of, the consequences range from reduced work hours to quitting a job. Even without these breaks in career momentum, limited institutional support, such as inadequate maternal policies and inflexible work schedules, hinder their upward mobility and make it hard for them to stay competitive. As one female economist wrote some years ago, who's minding the kids? When women become pregnant, they start to step back from their work, making room for their long journey ahead. As a result, they pass up those meetings with the executives, they pass up those rare projects, they pass up those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. The second reason for the paucity of women executives: unbalanced recruitment at the senior level. As opposed to men, women are held to much higher standards in terms of skills and personality. This form of prejudice then leads to the apparent imbalance between men and women in leadership positions. Deborah Gillis, CEO of Catalyst, notes that when we close our eyes and picture what a CEO looks like, too often the picture that comes to mind is that of a white man. Although women seek these high positions, they lack the critical support needed from high-ranking sponsors who can actively campaign for their advancements. Sponsorship means you are really fighting for that person, something that women are missing. The third reason lies in the fundamental perception of women in the workplace. Women are often categorized as timid, moderate, and lacking confidence. However, confidence is not a characteristic that can be apportioned to any one gender. Confidence is something that is learned and therefore can be influenced by our surroundings. People often bolster men's attempts to go after large projects and top positions, labeling them as ambitious and assertive. However, these same attempts by women are often condemned and shamed for being too ambitious and unrealistic. Bossy. Double standards prevail within our society, dubbing good traits in men as bad traits in women. As a result, the only way to remove these ingrained biases against women's abilities is to help women up the ladder and increase the visibility of women in the workplace. We should be supporting each other, men supporting women, women supporting men. We should be avoiding language like man up or be a man, which can be just as damaging to boys as words like know-it-all and bossy can be for girls. As Sheryl Sandberg, COO of Facebook, teaches us in her book Lean In, we should be leaning in and seizing every opportunity with unbridled boldness, even when the odds may seem like they're against us. When Sandberg was pregnant with both of her children, and even now as she suffers the loss of her late husband, she did not step down from her position. Although it may seem impossibly difficult, it is clear and has obviously been proven that women are more than able to succeed at earning and maintaining a top position, whether it be at a Fortune 500 company or a smaller business. We should be spreading the stories of successful women like Sandberg and encouraging young women to take advantage of the variety of opportunities. We can do this through circles, like the ones implemented by Sandberg in her attempts to, so to say, even the playing field. Her lean-in circles not only include women, but men as well, who wish to work just as hard as women to support each other in their personal endeavors. As we learn to talk to and grow from each other, we will realize the necessity to learn about the biases, to challenge the biases. In our circles, we will rise to the top, transcending the barriers and forming